Keanu Reeves' best action movies, ranked. In light of the new John Wick 4 trailer releasing, here's a look back at Keanu Reeves' best action movies, from The Matrix to Speed. Number 1. John Wick. The first film in the John Wick franchise is simply titled John Wick, which introduces us to the titular character, a retired hitman, following the death of his wife. It's when a Russian crime lord kills his dog, the only remaining gift from his dead wife, that he is forced to return to the criminal world for revenge. In comparison to other films in the franchise, it tends to be the lesser of the three, but is still loved by action fans for its storytelling, and introduces rich lore for the audience to become invested in the film and its main character. Without this first film being as solid as it was, there wouldn't have been the amazing sequels or proper ground for them to be built on, which we all love. The film also came during a time when pure action movies, with no superhero involvement, just weren't doing as well as they once were. Indeed, the release of John Wick not only saved the modern action flick, but also went on to define 2010's action movies. Number 2. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. The third, and for now the last, film of the John Wick franchise, John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, was released in 2019 and is the franchise's most ambitious film yet. The film proved that the writers could continue making the movies bigger and bigger with more elaborate stunts and bigger twists and turns. This is something very crucial for a franchise to be able to achieve, especially if it wants to have continued success. Although some people feel that it's gotten so elaborate that it doesn't even feel close to where the movie started, which is a common trend in action movies that try to carry on with sequels, it's remained up to par in action to the other films, leaving many excited about the upcoming John Wick, Chapter 4. Number 3. John Wick, Chapter 2. Reeves is no stranger to successful action franchises, and the success of the first John Wick film sparked another majorly successful franchise for the actor. So, in 2017, 3 years following the release of the first film, John Wick, Chapter 2 was released and was generally liked by critics, who praised the film as the way a sequel should be done. It had bigger stakes, and the audience was shown the underground world of crime that's only really hinted at in the first film. Chapter 2 almost always ends up at the top of the fans' lists for the best John Wick film, and rightfully so. At this point, we don't need a reintroduction to the character, so it's just filled with action. Number 2. Speed. Speed is often considered one of the best 90s action movies, and it would be impossible to disagree. Reeves stars with Sandra Bullock, who at the time wasn't an established Hollywood star, in this 1994 action thriller about a retired bomb squad member who rigs a bomb onto a city bus that'll detonate if the speed drops below 50 miles per hour. Reeves plays Jack, an LA police officer tasked with his partner to catch the bomber and save everyone on the bus with help from Annie, Bullock, a normal woman who happened to be on the bus that day. Very rarely do you find an action movie that is as simple as Speed, but still keeps you on the edge of your seat. It was also nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Film Editing, Best Sound, and Best Sound Effects Editing, winning in the 2 latter categories. Number 1. The Matrix. Last but never least, The Matrix made film history when it was released in 1999, written and directed by transgender sisters, Lana and Lily Wachowskis, creating a turning point in Hollywood and in society while touching on political and philosophical theories. It also exposed the simulation theory to a wide audience, something that is still heavily speculated about today. The franchise, which has now spanned 2 decades, explores a future in which humans live in a simulation called the Matrix, created by machines to distract humans so that they can be used as an energy source. This is uncovered by a hacker under the alias Neo, Reeves, who joins the rebel fight against the machines. The Matrix has gone on to become a pop culture staple, parodied, and was heavily influential to the superhero blockbusters we have today. This film has defined Reeves' entire career, and, before John Wick, was the film he was most known for. The Matrix won 4 Academy Awards for Best Film Editing, Best Sound Effects Editing, and Best Visual Effects. It's safe to say, The Matrix is a film that'll never leave the public consciousness because of the ideas it explores and, as director James Cameron once said of the film, that it is one of the most profoundly fresh science fiction films ever made.